Welcome to the global trailblazing paths across our world in Algeria. The world's largest desert whispers secrets to the sea. Here, sand dunes older than empires kiss the waves of the Mediterranean, and nomads drift between centuries. A land where freedom costs blood, but stories cost nothing. So, how did this sun-scorched kingdom survive every empire, yet remain a secret? No one tells Algeria Africa's giant. Yet, hidden in plain sight, a land bridging two worlds. Europe's winds kiss Africa's sands right here, for thousands of years. Berbers carved kingdoms into stone. Romans sewed cities into dust. Arabs brought prayers that echo still, and Ottomans watched over this gateway between continents. Then came the French, carving borders, erasing names but never the soul, because here, survival is stitched into every flag, every prayer call, every alley echo. But what no one expected was this. Geography and location. A country bigger than Greenland, yet few travelers ever touch its sands. Algeria stretches over 2.38 million square kilometers, swallowing mountains, deserts, forests, and a coastline that catches Europe's size. In the north, the Atlas Mountains rise like a stone shield, their snowy peaks a mirage against burning dunes. Southward, the Sahara devours everything, waves of sand, secret oases, nomadic trails older than maps. 7 borders wrap this giant. Morocco whispers to its west. Tunisia and Libya lean on its east. Mali and Niger cradle its south. And yet, inside these lines, Algeria is boundless, a sea of land hiding 1,000 worlds. From sun-baked markets by the Mediterranean to silence that hums across empty dunes, this is where the world's extremes collide. Would you cross these endless sands just to find what lies beyond? But deeper than dunes and borders, Algeria's story cuts into empires. Ancient roots and empires. Long before flags and borders, the Berbers called these stones home. They etched kingdoms into cliffs, traded salt for gold, and whispered myths into desert winds when Rome came. Algeria became Africa's breadbasket. Numidia, a land feeding an empire drunk on conquest. Roman roads still scar this land. Ancient arches stand under burning suns, guarding secrets of temples, theaters, and ghost cities swallowed by sand. But even as emperors fell, stories survived. The Berbers stayed invisible lines drawn by generals, couldn't tame tribes that moved with the wind. Today, among ruins of Timgad, the African Pompeii silence speaks in broken columns and sunlit stones. Stand here, and you stand on centuries. A land devoured empires, but never itself. So what did Rome truly leave behind? Just stone and dust, or the seed of defiance still breathing in every Algerian vein? But when Rome turned to dust, new prayers rose with the desert sun. Arab and Ottoman Era. When Rome's marble cracked, new faith flowed in with desert winds. The 7th century brought Islam not just a religion, but a language, a rhythm, a new way to carve identity into shifting sands. Arab traders, scholars, and storytellers crossed dunes with verses and markets, building mosques that still call the faithful 5 times a day. Minarets rose where temples fell, whispers of prayers replaced the clash of swords. Centuries later, The Ottoman Empire cast its shadow here too, cannons pointed at pirate ships. Forts guarding coasts where Europe met Africa's edge. Algiers became a corsair stronghold. Feared across the Mediterranean, a city of resistance and ransom, where merchants and rebels struck secret deals. Yet through every conquest, Algeria's spirit stayed. Unbroken tribes merged faith and freedom. Mountains hid defiance in plain sight. So when the Ottomans left, what remained wasn't just stone walls and mosques, but a people skilled in survival. Could you keep your soul untouched for centuries? Algeria did, until new flags came from the West. Colonization and independence. When the cannons fell silent, new boots landed on these shores. 30, France came with flags and muskets, carving Algeria into a colony at gunpoint. For 132 years, this land spoke in two tongues, one for masters, one for the silenced. Fields were seized, names rewritten, mosques stood quiet under cathedral bells. But inside stone alleys and mountain caves, whispers of rebellion grew louder than prayers. By the mid-20th century, those whispers roared into war. The Algerian War of Independence, a brutal struggle that cost over 1 million lives, but won one word back: freedom. In 1960, tricolors fell, and a green and white flag rose stitched with blood, crescent and star. A promise no empire would ever write Algeria's name again. So what did it cost to stand alone, families torn apart? Villages erased, but a nation reborn in fire. And yet, freedom was only the beginning. What do you do after you win your name back? Algeria's answer: you live it loud and unbowed. Identity and pride. Independence didn't just draw new borders, it rewove old threads. Algeria rose from ashes with a flag that tells its story: green for the land's promise, white for peace yet to come, red for blood never forgotten. Step into any street in Algiers and you'll feel it pride humming through marketplaces, in children's laughter echoing down Casbah alleys. This pride isn't loud banners or parades, it's stitched into songs sung in Arabic, whispered in Berber dialects older than empires. It lives in wedding dances that turn city squares into whirlpools of drums and bright cloth. It glows in the eyes of elders telling stories by desert fires that here, surviving isn't enough. Here, you belong to something bigger than yourself. Borders might bend, flags might fade, but Algeria's pride refuses to. Could you carry centuries of struggle in your veins and still smile at strangers like family? Follow that pride into stone and shadow the cities where this spirit lives in every wall. Heritage and cities. Algeria's soul isn't just carved in dunes, it's built brick by brick in cities that refuse to die. Algiers, the White City, spills down hillsides into the Mediterranean. Tangled alleys of the Casbah whisper secrets of Arab traders, Ottoman pashas, and revolutionaries hiding from colonial guns. Walk these narrow streets, and each turn is a time machine. Doors painted blue, laundry dancing like flags above ancient stones. Further west, Oran hums with a rhythm all its own guitars. Rai music. Waterfront cafes echo with laughter that defies centuries of storms. To the east, Constantine floats above gorges, the city of bridges perched on stone cliffs that once sheltered Roman armies. And now cradle markets, buzzing with voices in a dozen tongues. UNESCO sites stand like open books, Timgad's ruins, Djamila's columns, the timeless Casbah, all reminders that Algeria keeps its past close. What do these stones still hide? Secrets, promises, 1,000 stories waiting for feet to find them. But heritage isn't all stone, and silence its taste, scent, song. Culture and cuisine. Algeria's spirit lives as much in kitchens as in stone. Here, every meal is a map, couscous piled high, lamb slow-cooked in tagines rich with spices carried by desert caravans along the coast. Fishermen trade songs for seafood sardines grilled over open flames. Sweet pastries dripping honey beside tiny cups of thick coffee. In mountain villages, women weave tradition into bread baked in clay ovens, while laughter spills into courtyards bright with mint and oranges. This isn't just food, it's memory served warm. One bite tells a 1,000-year story of Berber fields, Arab markets, French echoes. Would you taste history if it meant never forgetting where you came from? But Algeria's flavor doesn't stop here. It dances in songs that drift through desert nights. Music, art, Sahara life and sports. When the sun sinks behind dunes, Algeria's heartbeat shifts to music. Rai songs drift from Oran's bars to global charts, raw, rebellious. A soundtrack for souls that refuse to stay quiet in desert camps. Tuareg nomads drum under endless stars, their blue robes blending into twilight. Each rhythm tells how to survive heat that cracks stone, winds that erase footprints overnight. Art spills from calligraphy on mosque walls to modern galleries in Algiers' colors. Patterns, brush strokes stitching old stories to new voices. And when drums fall silent, stadiums roar football, boxing, judo. The Phoenix Algeria's warriors on grass carry every child's dream of shouting victory to the world. Life here means moving between cities, dunes, songs, goals. So, could you live where art is rebellion, and the desert writes your name in wind, because beyond the last drumbeat, Algeria's truth waits ready to breathe in silence. In the end, Algeria isn't just sand or stone, it's every footstep that refused to disappear. It's the taste of couscous, the echo of Rai, the silent pride stitched into a green and white flag. A land where dunes guard ancient secrets and cities hum with tomorrow's dreams. Here, survival is art and art is freedom. So, would you trade comfort for the desert's secrets? Drop a comment, desert soul, if you would. And if Algeria moved you, wait till you meet Angola, Africa's most unique country, waiting just one click away. Welcome to the Global Trail, where we blaze paths across our world.